Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30NSG. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the new Ubisoft Plus and getting gamers comfortable with not owning their games. This should be fun, huh? So, Ubisoft is rebranding its subscription offering to introduce a new service for PC players. Aren't you lucky, PC players? Ubisoft's main all-singing, all-dancing subscription offering has been rebranded to Ubisoft Plus Premium. Boom, boom. Just keep adding things to it. Welcome to Ubisoft Plus Premium Plus Plus. Right? The service is one of that features at all new releases, such as this week's Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is available early to subscribers. It costs $17.99 and it's accessible via PC, Xbox, and Amazon Luna. In addition to the firm is adding Ubisoft Plus Classic on PC, and the Classic option has already available for PlayStation players via Sony's own sub-offering. It features back catalog games like Far Cry 6 and Rainbow Six Siege for $7.99 a month. As quote, we looked for consumers' behavior and how people are interacting with it and offer how we saw the opportunity for us to evolve. Evolve. Explains the director of subscriptions at Ubisoft. He continues to say, when we look at all how gamers engage with the different games, we see all the back catalog and it's still very active and alive. Okay, so we saw the opportunity to offer these worlds to our consumers for a low fee. And this is a response to the behavior and that we saw from players. Now, Tremblay says that the company has seen millions of subscribers over the last 4 years who have collectively played over 500 million hours of gameplay. Some sign up for a trial, 1 game a month or 2, and then the others come in to stick around and play numerous titles. Now, this is exactly I can't speak. This is exactly how Microsoft is doing with Game Pass, right? This is just their business model for this little thing, but this is Microsoft's whole business model with Game Pass, right? He continues to say there are multiple behaviors, and how he explains there are definitely a lot of people who come in for the game and they decide to buy it after the subscription ends. That's part of the reality. That's okay with us. Ubisoft Plus premium price point exceeds in some cases that Xbox and PlayStation charge for their services. Some will be in to do it with the business realities behind putting a brand new AAA games into the subscription service, but Tremblay believes that the cost is reasonably considered what's on offer. He says, quote, we're talking day on release. This is the games like Prince of Persia. We get early access, and we already have Avatar, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and all these games are available to play. That's tremendous value already at when there's a catalog to thousands of dollars of games. Okay, he continues by saying, and you don't get access to these games, you get the premium edition. Let me read that back in his... Let me reverse that a second. Let me go back and read it like he would say it. And you don't get access to just the game. You get the premium editions. So it's all the added content that comes with that. And we have rewards too. And one of the big advantages of Ubisoft Plus is that you get to play across multiple devices from one subscription. You can access our titles through PC, Xbox, and right? That's what they want you to, right? There's a lot of debate around subscription in video games today, the business model and the dominant way of paying for TV, film, and music, but that's not currently the case in the industry for games, are typically much longer, and many of them are free features of other forms of monetization. And a AAA publisher and argue that the number just don't add up. Nevertheless, Ubisoft is seeing growth in this sector. Tremblay says that October last year, it was the biggest month of Ubisoft Plus history. Now, I want you to put a pin in that, right? Because there's other services that are rising up in prices. And this is what I told you. Weeks ago, months ago, probably years ago, I said they're going to raise the prices up of video games, which they have now, okay? And they made the problem. And now these companies are going to sell you the solution. And the solution is their subscription services across the board. Doesn't matter if it's PlayStation Plus. Doesn't matter if it's Ubisoft Plus, Plus Premium, Plus. Doesn't matter if it's Game Pass. It doesn't matter. The price is going up pushes people into getting what this is. He says, quote, the point is not to force users to go down one route or another, he explains. It's we offer purchase, we offer subscription, and it's the gamer's preference. It's important here. We're seeing some people who buy choosing to subscribe now, but it all works. He says that the subscription has enabled Ubisoft to bring in new players, with one in 10 Ubisoft Plus subscribers having never engaged with the company's games before. He says, quote, it's proving to be a way of gamers to access our worlds who perhaps weren't inclined to purchase, he tells us. He continues by saying these players are brand new. They're shaking hands for the first time. It's Ubisoft's strategy for as long as we've been here and to try to reach more players with the franchises that they have. So I'm happy as a leader of this product to be able to deliver on that. He continues by saying the question remains around the potential of the subscription model in games. Tremblay says there's a tremendous opportunity for growth. but what is it going on to take for the subscription to step up and become more significant proportion of this industry? He says, quote, I don't have the crystal ball, but when I look at the different subscription services that are out there, we have a rapid expansion over the last couple of years, but we're still relatively small compared to other models. He begins to seeing expansion on console as likes of PlayStation and Xbox bring in new people in on PC from Ubisoft's standpoint, and it's already been a great, but it's also looking to reach out more on PC, and we have the opportunity there. He continues by saying one of the things we saw the gamers are used to, a little bit of DVD, haven't liked owning their games, the consumers shift that needs to happen, right? They're trying to condition you, right? They're trying to shift that condition and basically get you used to this to go, yeah, I'm just gonna own. Like, how many people own CDs? How many people own DVDs now? There's still people that own the physical stuff, but there's more people that have been conditioned to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna download it, right? So the transformation has been a bit slower to happen in games. As gamers grow comfortable in that aspect, you don't lose your progress. You resume your game at another time, and your progress file is still there. This is not it's not been deleted. You don't lose what you've built on in the game of your engagement with that game. So it's about feeling comfortable with not owning your games. That's the key word there, right? It's about feeling comfortable with you owning your games, or not owning your games. Sorry, pardon me. Okay, feeling comfortable with not owning your games. And again, they're trying to condition you, right? It says again, we resume the game in another, it's slower transition. Well, how do they speed up that transition? Well, let's raise the prices. Let's beat that drum that video games are too expensive and we need to monetize them more. So that's why we have to put microtransactions. And we also have to make a subscription model because why not? He continues by saying, I still have 2 boxes of DVDs. I definitely understand the gamer's perspective with that. But as people embrace the model, they will see these games will exist and the service will continue and you'll be able to access them when you feel like it. And that's reassuring until you can't, right? And we've already seen that in the industry where some games come off or some games are delisted and you don't get to play those games anymore, okay? Even if you purchase those games. Now, streaming is also a thing that works really well with subscription. So you pay what you need as opposed to paying all the time. Streaming is a distribution method that appears to be lended itself in subscription model, although currently it remains a very niche corner of the business. Ubisoft CEO, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name, told GI in June that Ubisoft believes the streaming, but it needs the time, is also getting there, and he holds us, just not as fast as we thought. When you are in the good city with good internet, it's fantastic, but if you're not in that case for everyone, the NVIDIA experience, for example, is fantastic, but we thought it would go faster, and we've learned that a lot by working with the services and using experiences and enhance what we're doing. Ubisoft commented towards streaming was evident with the inquiry of streaming rights to Activision Blizzard games in August, and the firm plans to add these games into Ubisoft Plus in the future, although Tremblay had a little to say of the subject today. So they're going to add those games because they have the rights to Activision Blizzard. So they're going to add it to the Ubisoft Plus $17.99 a month type of thing. So that's interesting. That's going to be interesting. So we're actively working it apart, and he says, and there's more to come, and our players are definitely excited about this. He adds, quote, for me, whenever we publish a game, the first thing to do is I stream it and play a couple of minutes. Well, a couple of minutes? I don't have to download it. I can jump right in. Stream enables fast discovery, and the first thing we do is seeing a consumer's perspective. There's also the industry that feels streaming and subscription hold the key to unlocking new players and will become significant ways for gamers to access and pay for their games in the future. Yet already, we're talking about subscription fatigue across all the media, and this is something that Tremblay acknowledged in the challenge. Subscription fatigue is part of the consumer's reality, and he concludes that I'm a dad with teenagers. It's difficult for me to keep up with all that subscribing to where, and that's part of the challenge, to have as a subscription service, and we're embracing that. Despite this, we see the terms of consumers' behavior and let the growth for us, but also subscription business is a monthly business for us, and we're asking for a low commitment for gamers, and we welcome them whether they want to stay the month or multiple months. All right, so here's my thoughts, okay? This is how the industry's going. This is how the industry's been going, and I know a lot of people in my own chat want to fight me on this, that cloud gaming is not coming. It's going to take a decade. You're so wrong on this, right? Because what you guys forget, okay, and people that are watching this after the fact, what you forget, though, is that cloud gaming has been around for almost a decade already, okay? It's not going to take another decade to get to what it needs to be. The infrastructure, sure, is not there for everybody, but they don't need everybody. If they decide to all of a sudden make the internet fantastic in India, okay? Well, India has the second most biggest population on the planet. If they get 5% of the people from India to play games because they have better internet over there, okay, well, then it doesn't matter about the people in the United States. The entire world is a thing, right? We like to focus in on, well, the internet in America is not very good. Great. The internet in other parts of the country is fantastic, or in parts of the world, I'm sorry, are fantastic, okay? And the infrastructure for certain things is better, right? Elon Musk is making the satellite where you can literally get 400 gigabytes of download while you're on an airplane going 700 miles an hour, okay? It's insane. You can have internet now while you're in a cruise ship across the ocean where you're nowhere near anything, okay? So to say that this is not going to happen for another decade, exponentially, my friends, exponentially. So again, Ubisoft created the problem, right? The problem is they make games go up in price, and the solution is Ubisoft Plus, PlayStation Plus, Disney Plus, HBO Plus, whatever all this. Now, once they hit a certain saturation point, like Netflix did, that's when the prices start to go up. They're charging $17.99, okay? And this is how they're going to divvy out stuff to try to get people to come in. They just have to hit a certain point. And again, Microsoft's whole game plan, and Ubisoft is on this board, and everybody else, they're shifting from consoles to subscription services and digital and cloud. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what we do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.